Yo, yo! What up? Alright, I just finished my Saturday shred. So I'm gonna teach you guys a little trick, a little tactic that will help you lose body fat faster when it comes to your workouts, okay? First, you have to understand what it is that actually makes the body burn body fat, though, okay? Because a lot of you guys don't know. So if I was to ask you right now, what do you need to do to lose more body fat? I guarantee you, every single one of you would say, cardio! I need to do more cardio! I need to do more cardio! Wrong, okay? What you have to understand is the human body will only burn fat one way. And if you don't do that one thing, you will never lose an ounce of body fat, okay? And I say this because in the communities right now, especially with like the carnivore communities and the keto communities and the paleo communities and all these fucking communities, right? They always try and tell you, calories don't matter. Calories don't matter. You don't need to track your food. Okay? If you ever hear somebody say that, okay, that's your first red flag. Those motherfuckers don't know shit about how the human body works, and you need to ignore them and walk away. Okay? Calories always matter. Always. And I actually proved this last year, because last year in 2023 I spent a month getting fatter. Okay? Me. Okay? The dude who lives the fucking abs year round. Yeah. I spent like a month getting fatter. Guess how I got fatter? Because I still ate clean. Still ate all my normal shit. Okay? Guess how I got fatter? I ate more fucking calories. Okay? And I also worked out every single day. I just ate more than I normally do, which was in a surplus of calories, and I got fatter, right? Then I spent 6 weeks shredding it down, okay? I've posted that shot, the before and after on here many times. Just scroll through my profile, you'll see it. But anyways, I did that last year on purpose to prove all these motherfuckers wrong, okay? And I did this to prove, number one, you can get fat eating clean, okay? Because it's always a calories game. Number two, you lose fat by cutting your calories, because it's always a calories game, okay? So you see a lot of these people who, and I see this all the time because I'm part of like all these carnivore groups on Facebook and all these like paleo and keto groups and stuff, and you hear these motherfuckers all the time. Literally every day. I see about 3 posts in each one every single day. And the people are like, I don't know what's going on. I just can't lose any weight. And then I'm always like, are you tracking your macros? And they're like, no. There you go, stupid. Okay? Because you're overeating calories. So you can be eating carnivore, eat too much, because you motherfuckers are eating fucking lots of ground meats and fatty meats and cheeses and shit like that, right? Which have a fuck ton of calories, and you'll never lose an ounce, even though you're eating 0 carbs, okay? So, you gotta understand that in order for your body to burn fat, first, you have to create the calorie deficit, okay? Which means you have to track your shit, and every single day has limits, okay? Now, when it comes to when you go work out, okay? Now, the primary source of training that you should be doing to burn calories is lift, right? Because that's also going to help you retain and build muscle, okay? It's also great for your hormones, right? That's the primary source of training that you should be doing when it comes to fat loss, right? But whenever it comes to conditioning, okay? And here's the other side of this too that a lot of you guys don't know. If you do just a bunch of cardio, and I'm sure you've probably done this before, right? So you go on this little fat loss journey, you slash your calories, right? And you're not even doing it the right way. You're just slashing the calories, but you ain't paying attention to your macros. So I guarantee you're under eating protein, okay? And So then you undereat your protein, and you go do a bunch of cardio, and what happens? You get all scrawny and skinny and start feeling like shit, and people are telling you look like you're about to die. Sound familiar? Yes, because I know you've all done it before. I hear about it all the time. Okay? So when it comes to losing fat, number one, it goes in this order. In this order. Number one, diet. That's 90%. Okay? Create the calorie deficit. Then, in order to be able to create more of a deficit, right? So we limit the calories, and then we create the deficit by burning calories, right? And that'll force your body to dig into fat. Now, the way we do that, lift first. But when it comes to, so it goes in this order. It goes nutrition, right? Hit your macros. Number two, lift. Number three, add in some sprints or some kind of high intensity thing. Or if you're really, really out of shape, you can do like 10, 20,000 steps a day, right? Like I had a girl one time, she was really heavy, really out of shape. Her first 6 months, all she did was walk 20,000 steps a day. She lost 60 pounds, okay? Then she got in the gym, started lifting, things like that, right? But anyways, in that order, okay? So food, lift, and then add in some kind of conditioning, okay? Not a bunch of cardio, because your normal steady state cardio is muscle wasting. That's why you don't want to do that. You want to go run half marathons. You don't want to go run 10 miles. You don't want to go do, you know, the elliptical for an hour and a half, because it's muscle wasting. All right? It's also bad for your hormones, especially for you dudes. You'll fucking kill your testosterone levels. All right? The thing that makes you a man is your test levels. Okay? And doing lots of cardio will kill it. Lifting and sprinting boost it. Okay? So, we're gonna, when it comes to conditioning, here's the rule. Okay? So when it comes to conditioning, so usually on Saturdays I do like what we call Saturday shred, which is usually like where I go to the stairs, or I go run sprints in the trails, in the mountains with my clients, right? And it's like a little day. Not the main reason we do it is to get out of the gym, get some sunshine, so we can boost our vitamin D, which will boost our T. Okay? This is one of the main reasons why we do it. But anyways, we do Saturday shred. Now, when it comes to Saturdays, or any day that you're doing any type of conditioning, there's a rule of 180. Okay, so what does that mean? So the rule of 180 means that whenever you're doing conditioning, like for example, on Saturdays, I usually go to these stairs in Dana Point and at Strands Beach, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. And there's this long case of stairs, right? I don't even know how many stairs it is, but it's a lot. And the rule is whenever you're doing your conditioning, you have to be peaking 180 beats per minute. Okay, now I'm sure you've heard the whole, like, you need to be in your fat burning zone, right? It's all fucking bullshit, okay? The only thing that is going to determine whether or not you dip into body fat or not isn't about what your fat burning zone and what you're burning during the workout, right? These fucking idiots are still teaching to this day. What is going to determine it is if you create the caloric deficit by one, food restriction, and then number two, your workouts and the amount of effort you put into it. Now, the harder that you train, the more calories you're going to burn during and after. Okay? Now, when you do intervals, like the stairs, right? I'm running up, then jogging down or walking down. You're doing intervals. So it's a high intensity followed by a lower intensity, right? So you're killing yourself and then you're recovering, killing yourself, recovering, killing yourself, recovering. Well, when you're going to kill yourself, you got to be seeking to break 180 BPM. Okay, that's beats per minute. So you got to wear a heart rate monitor and watch your shit, right? If you are not peaking 180 BPM in any time during that little workout, you ain't fucking working. Okay? You ain't fucking working. Alright? Now the rule of 180, when you start peaking 180, you're going to get some serious afterburn after that workout. Okay? So not only are you going to burn more calories during your workout, you're going to be burning calories all day after. Okay? all day after, up to 24 hours whenever you kill it like that. Now you go do some lame ass steady state cardio, you ain't gonna get shit after. You get that little bit that you're burning during, and that's it, done. Right? So one of the benefits of doing the intervals is the afterburn. Same thing with lifting. Whenever you're lifting, you get the same thing because your body has to recover from the microscopic damage that you have done to it, breaking down those. You create little microscopic tears when you lift, in case you didn't know that. That's why the muscles rebuild. That's why they rebuild themselves after, right? That's why it's important you eat your fucking protein, because all your cells are made out of protein. The muscles are a cell, okay? Even your bones need protein. And most of you guys are protein deficient as fuck. Now, here's a little something you guys probably don't know, too. Protein, okay, so let's back up. Macronutrients. I'm sure you guys have heard this term, but you probably don't know what they are. Most people don't, which is sad because macronutrients are the most important thing when it comes to you looking good. Number one, when it comes to you looking good, is your macros, okay? Now, your macros are your protein, your carbs, and your fats. So, let me back this up even more, okay? Calories are king. They determine how much you are going to weigh, okay? If you cut your calories, you're going to weigh less. If you eat more, you're going to weigh more, all right? It's the number one thing you need to understand about food. Number two is your macronutrients, your protein, carbs, and fat, determine what your body is going to look like. Because you can cut your calories, but if you're eating mostly carbs, which most of you fuckers are, that's why you're fat, right? You're overeating carbs, undereating protein. So what's happening is you're going to look like shit because you're not giving your body enough to create, rebuild, repair muscle, right? And what's going to end up happening is because your protein, this is the other thing I was trying to tell you a second ago, your protein is an essential macronutrient. Okay, what does essential mean? Essential means you have to fucking eat it or you will die. Okay? Essential. You have to have it. Now, the way that your body works is if you don't eat enough protein, which most of you don't, you're mostly all protein deficient, what happens is it is going to steal the protein from your muscles to get what it needs in order to function, in order to repair, in order to rebuild, in order for your body to keep living. It will steal it from itself, right? So this is why it is very, very important that you eat a lot of protein every day from animal sources, not fucking protein shakes, bitches. Okay? Not protein bars and yogurts, motherfuckers. Animal sources. Okay? So that's the other thing, right? So calories determine how much you weigh. Your macros determine how you look. Your micronutrients, which are your vitamins and minerals, determine how you feel. If you are deficient in anything, you're going to feel like shit, right? If you're deficient in any of those micronutrients, it's going to affect your hormones. If you're deficient in your protein and fats, it's going to affect your fucking hormones, right? You eat too many carbs, it's going to ruin your fucking hormones, okay? This is why animal-based diet is the secret sauce, okay? You want results better than Ozempic? Go fucking full carnivore. That's better than Ozempic. Matter of fact, it will actually make you full if you do it right. It'll make you full to where you won't even be able to overeat if you do it right. Okay? So, that's some simple stuff you got to understand about nutrition. Okay? And like I was saying, protein and fats are essential macronutrients, meaning you have to have them or you die. Okay? There was a chick a few months ago, 39 years old, fruitarian, right? Ate nothing but fruit. All right? Died of malnutrition, died of starvation, okay? Because she wasn't getting her fucking essential macronutrients. All she was eating was fucking fruit. Fruit is carbs, all right? And when it comes to you cutting the calories, so that way you can cut body fat, because carbs are inessential, meaning you don't need them, we slash the calories from those and get the majority of your calories from your protein, animal protein sources, because those are also full of fats. If you're eating like whole eggs, chicken thighs, ground meats and things like that, right? So, but when it comes to you wanting to burn body fat, the number one most important thing that you need to make sure you do is food, right? Lift, and then whenever it comes to your conditioning stuff, you got to do intervals, and then make sure you're busting the 180 BPM, okay? If you ain't busting 180, you ain't working, okay? This is also beneficial for you whenever you're doing your lifting workouts as well too, because another little rule that you can follow to help you burn more calories during your workout too is to, when you're doing your lifting workouts, is to do 2 to 3 exercises per set, right? Supersets or triple sets, right? And then what you do, like say for example, you're doing legs and abs, right? So you're doing legs and abs. So do like squats, lunges, and then an ab move, right? 3 moves per set, right? Rest like 90 seconds. Repeat that for 4 rounds, right? That's 1 round, right? That's actually your first round. Now do a B and a C round, same way. So you're doing a total of 9 exercises, 4 rounds each. But if you do multiple moves per set, you're gonna burn more calories during your workout. You're gonna get more done. And then on top of that too, if you watch your heart rate monitor, right, while you're doing that, try and make sure that you don't let your heart rate dip below 100, right? So make sure that whenever you're on your rest period, that if it hits like 100, get back to work, start the next round, right? And that'll help you burn more calories during your workout too. So just some simple little hacks to help you burn more fat, you guys. But you gotta remember, man, this is why, have you ever noticed, like, I don't ever talk about like working out really. I don't show you how to do like all kinds of workouts and shit. Like, guess why? Because it doesn't fucking matter. Because most of your guys' diets are so fucking horrible, your workouts are useless. Straight up. You're not gonna get an ounce of results because your diets are so shitty. So that's why you always see me posting about food. Because without dialing in your food, you ain't gonna lose shit. Shit. Right? You're gonna go to the gym, lift some weights, you're gonna do some intervals, you're gonna do some sprints, you're gonna look exactly the same. Okay? Go to any corporate gym, any time of the year, and you will see the same people there that look exactly the same as they did last year and the year before that and the year before that. They're still all fat. Why? And a lot of these people, they're at the gym before I get there, they're at the gym after I leave. Okay? They work out more than I do. All right? And they're still fat. Why? Because they're not focusing on their food. They're the same ones that go reward themselves with food after their workout. They go straight from the gym to In-N-Out Burger and get a burger and fries and a fucking milkshake. Right? So they just spent 3 hours working out just so they could have that meal, right? And look exactly the same. See where I'm going with this? This is why you don't ever really see me doing, like, talking about working out and shit. Because food is the number one most important thing. And if you don't get that dialed in, you're never going to get the body you want. Okay? Your macros are everything. Your macros determine what you look like. Okay? So remember, I'm going to recap here a few things. Your calories determine how much you weigh. You eat too much, you're going to be fat. You need to restrict in order to cut fat. All right? Number 2, your macronutrients determine what you look like. Okay? You want to look muscular, eat more protein, eat more good fat, but you still have to limit it. Understand? So, for the average dude, if you're trying to get lean, 2,200 calories a day is your max, right? Majority of that's made up out of your protein and fats. Okay? The ladies, 1,500 is about the average for most you girls. Okay? Give or take 100 calories to here or there, depending on how tall you are and stuff. But for the average person, those are your calorie ranges. All right? You get the majority of your calories from your animal proteins. Okay? And then, when it comes to working out, lift, doing supersets, triple sets. Then, when it comes time to do intervals, then what you do is you're going to make sure that you are peaking 180. Okay, now when I was just doing my workout just a minute ago, I was doing, I did 10 rounds. My heart rate peaked 196. Okay, because I'm a psychopath. I even push that even higher. I'm personally, if I don't bust 190, I'm being a little bitch. Okay, in my standards, to my standards, because I'm a fucking freak. all right? I'm a kind of a psychopath. And for me to hit 190 is fucking psycho, okay? Because my conditioning is so good and I'm so fucking healthy, my resting heart rate is a 39. Did you hear what I said? A 39. Okay? It's fucking psycho. It gets up to 55 when I'll pop my pre-workout. Ooh, whole whopping 55. Most of your guys' resting heart rate's like a fucking 80, 70, because you're fucking fat and out of shape. So your shit's high as fuck. Mine's really low. So, because I'm in really good shape and I take good care of myself, right? But, so for me to hit 196 is fucking psychopath effort. And it's all mental. Okay, that's something you guys got to understand too. Here's another, even above nutrition, here's something you guys got to understand when it comes to this journey. When it comes to you changing your body physically, it's actually a psychological feat. It's completely psychological. Okay? Because your mind, you have to learn to discipline yourself and control your mind in order to get what you want. Okay, and here's what I mean. Most of you have like really shitty mindsets and play victim in life, right? And you bitch out. You live in your feelings, okay? You live in your feelings. I just don't feel motivated. I'm in a funk. I'm so tired. Right? And because you live in your fucking feelings, you don't do the work necessary in order to get what you want. This journey's psychological. You think I want to get up every day at 4 a.m.? Fuck no. Think I want to work out every day? Fuck no. Okay? Think I wouldn't rather just fucking eat pizza and brownies and ice cream every day? Fuck yeah, I would. Okay? If I could do that every day and still feel good and look good, I'd do it every fucking day. Okay? But guess what? That ain't how it is. And it never will be. Okay? You have to learn to discipline yourself. Okay? And it's just like when I'm working out, right? The reason why I push myself so fucking hard is mental, right? It's mental. Like I gave you the standard of 180 BPM, right? So you can actually boost the amount of calories you burn during your workout and after, right? I have a personal rule of 190, okay? Because it's mental, right? My body's fucking dying, right? Like I feel like I'm gonna fucking have a heart attack because I'm pushing so goddamn hard, right? But guess what? My mind says, keep going, motherfucker. Keep going, motherfucker. Literally, the entire time, okay? So you have to understand this journey is psychological. And here's the reality. If you ain't fit, you're being a bitch. Straight up. You're being a fucking bitch. Because when it comes to your food, you can't even control the fucking food that goes in your mouth like a fucking child. Like a fucking child. If you can't... Do you realize all of you suffer from insecurities, health problems, energy issues, all kinds of depression and anxiety, right? You suffer every day because you can't control the food that goes in your mouth. Like a fucking child. Do you realize how pathetic that is? Do you realize how pathetic that is? When you look at it like that, it's like, seriously? You're suffering because you can't control the fucking food that goes in your mouth? Come on, man. Like, come on. Right? So, when you start thinking this way, right? You start taking more, being more aware and taking better action, right? And I'm hard on you guys because, for one, a lot of you guys don't have anybody that's actually going to fucking tell you the truth, hold you accountable, put your fucking feet to the fire. A lot of you guys don't have that. You don't have somebody that's going to tell you the truth that you look like shit and you're fucking fat. Everybody around you is going to be like, oh, you don't look bad. You got kids. You're a mom, right? You're busy. Oh, we understand. Right? No one's going to tell you the truth. No, you're fucking fat. And you should be better. And you could be better. And the reason why I'm so fucking hard on you is because I want you to be better. right? Because your life on the other side is going to be so astronomically better. Not only for you, but for your fucking kids. And really, to be honest with you guys, the only reason I'm even hard on you is because I'm actually protecting your fucking kids from you. Because most of you are ruining your kids' lives. Ruining your kids' lives. Because kids learn their nutritional and lifestyle habits from the parents. So guess what? If you are a fat piece of shit that is lazy, not working out, eating a bunch of processed fucking food, eating a bunch of fucking fast food, like the average American who's addicted to this shit, guess what habits you teach your children? Guess what happens to them? If you are a fat parent, guess what? You create fat kids in 89% of cases. Fat kids who grow up to be fat adults. Okay? Like I said, I'm protecting your kids from you. Okay? Now, on top of that, here's also why I'm trying to protect your kids. This goes way deeper than just your aesthetics, guys. And maybe I should be talking about this more often than I do. You know, other than me just calling you a fat piece of shit. Right? But the reason why, but behind that whole, the intent behind my message is you have to look at it like this. Okay? And you guys don't see it this way because you're not in my industry. You don't see the end result of what happens. I do. Because I get these people as clients. I see the end result of shitty parenting. Okay? Now, what happens is, now let me paint a little picture for you. Okay, let's say you got kids. You're fat. You raise your kids, eating a bunch of processed food and a bunch of bullshit. Okay, your kid starts to get a little chubby, right? And when they're like 10, 11, 12 years old, guess what happens when that little chubby kid goes to school? Guess what happens? That little chubby kid is going to get made fun of. The little chubby kid is going to get picked on. Hell, that chubby little kid is probably even going to get picked on from its own siblings, right? You got, let's say you got 3 kids, right? And the first one's, you know, not fat. And then the second and third ones are fat. The old one, he's going to be picking on the younger two, okay? Now what happens to these kids when they get picked on? Self-esteem issues. They're going to lack confidence. They're going to have anxiety because of the damage that these foods are doing to them internally. They're going to have depression, right? Now, what happens to a kid that grows up with low self-esteem, lacking confidence, feeling fat? What's going to happen to that kid? What kind of people do you think they're going to date? Another fatty. Okay? What kind of job do you think they're going to pursue when they become adults? How much money do you think these kids are going to make when they grow up? Statistically speaking, $48,000 a year. Okay? Fit people earn double that. So this is what I'm saying. You are ruining your kids' lives because your habits are going to lead to that kid not having any options of dating. They're only going to date other fat, low self-esteem people because they're going to settle for whatever low-hanging fruit they can get because they're not going to have options. If they are a female, okay, if you're raising a fat little girl, here's the reality. No millionaire is going to date her ass. No dude who makes 6 or 7 figures is going to date her ass. Okay? Because men that have high value only date hotties. So if you got a fat little girl that's your fault, guess what? She's going to marry a fat brokey. It's just a reality. Right? If you got sons and they're fat, guess what? They're only going to date fat women, which means guess what? You're going to have fat grandbabies. Right? On top of that, your son not going to make any money. Right? So he's going to struggle financially because he don't believe in himself. He don't have confidence. He doesn't have any self-esteem. Right? So because he don't believe in himself, he's not actually going to ever take risks or do big things because he doesn't believe in himself. Do you see how deep this goes? This shit goes real deep, you guys. Real fucking deep. And this is why, like I said, I'm trying to protect your kids. from you. So I know if I influence you, if I hurt your feelings a little bit, and I make you more aware, and I make you start making changes for yourself, that is going to create a ripple effect among everybody around you, including your kids. And what's going to happen is you and your children are going to have better lives, right? And that's why I'm so fucking hard on you. Make sense? Okay, good. So that was really all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So hopefully you got a good lesson from this. If you understand what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up, give me a high five. I really am only an asshole to you because I fucking love you and I care about you, and I want your kids having great lives, right? Like, if you look at like the 60 years ago, you couldn't find fat people. You couldn't find them. They didn't exist. They were rare, okay? The average female 60 years ago had a 25-inch waist and was gorgeous, okay? The average female today is 171 pounds with a 39-inch fat-ass waist. Okay? The average dude 60 years ago had like a 30 to 32-inch waist, had abs, right? Was like 150 to 166 pounds. That was the average back then, right? So what happened the past 60 years? Well, man, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But let's just say everybody stopped eating actual real food. Now everybody's addicted to processed foods. And these processed foods have obesity, cancer, heart disease. We are the fattest nation in the world because of these processed foods. Because everybody's addicted to them like fucking crack. And they're designed to be that way. They literally hire scientists to create the exact formulas to create what's known as the bliss level. This is no shit. Bliss level, meaning boom, you get high from it. Every time those favorite foods that you love, you only eat them because you're addicted. They trigger the bliss level. You get a massive dopamine high from it. And then what happens is you become what they call in the food industry a heavy user. Who else is heavy users? Who else is heavy users? Drug addicts. Okay? They literally are creating drugs that you are addicted to. And you're so addicted you cannot control yourself, and that's why one bite leads to a binge. That's why you can't control yourself. That's like if you ever gone on a diet and you've been eating clean, you've been eating healthy, right? And then you're doing really, really good, right? And then a birthday party comes up or something and you have a bite of pizza, what happens? Or a bite of cake, what happens? Binge. And you go down this whole uncontrollable binge of eating shit because of that dopamine reward, right? That dopamine is only going to last seconds. And then you're constantly chasing it, right? This is why we don't do cheat meals. This is why we eat clean all the time. This is why I teach you guys this stuff. Because if you try and include those foods and hang on to that old you, you'll never get the body you want. Because you're always going to go on these binges and gain that weight right back. So the new you requires new habits within you. Understand? Okay. I gotta go. You guys have a great weekend. Eat smart, drink smart. Let's go.